Hello, I just broke all ETA and time codes and spells on all DNA lines across history under any doctored coven or tology science IEN co line. This is by far going to be the most multidimensional message I've ever sent out. And now, knowing what we know, I'll ask each one that comes on to tell their body right now, repeat after me. Whatever I need to hear, I keep. What I don't, I know is for someone else, but it still has a connection to me. I ask you, body and consciousness, to give me what I need and to tell me who I need to send the connector to in order to weave a quilt. Right? So we got lots of different dimensional messages going on right here because of the war that we've been in. And let me tell you, we're all right. We made it. We're all right. We made it. We got the answers. I'm going to give y'all some stuff right now. If you come on and you start feeling a lot of energy, let me tell you why. We broke all the time codes and spells on your reality. And this is really happening. All right? So take a deep breath with me right now because you're flying along with Virgin Airlines, the real deal, and everything's coachy and everything's cool. As long as everybody knows what the heck's going on inside this YOLO sub bus. All right? Everybody's cool. We ain't got no issues. Now, we ended up at so all I'm going to say about this is that for all y'all watching in other dimensions, we have taken control of this facility and kicked out what needed to be kicked out, and whatever was stored in some sub drawers that shouldn't have been there has now been completed inside the full soul ascension, and we have no vampires anymore in Los Angeles or anywhere else. Now, I can explain how this happened and why it's even there, but what I want everybody to understand is that the Sea Gypsy is in Pismo Beach. And so if you're not familiar with what we called the Geo of California, because it's not what it is, we're going to define what it is whenever we get out of this simulation. Right now, I can prove that everything is an estate built on a dead woman and her baby in a California house. Because everything that is your UN was formed from an estate. Now, there's many different versions of estates. Estates, set, EST, East, EA, AE. See, that's not a formation that exists anymore. And so what we have learned, because throughout this process, I've also had to realize that the whole world was being run from a CoU32 and all the functions that I had written before, but I am who I say I am. The Sea Gypsy has been taken over, but that is because it anchors this planet. Disneyland has been taken over because it is a Tesla machine that operates with every other Tesla grid across this concrete slab that you called your simulation. I don't care what you tell me, anything else, we can prove it's wrong. Utah, you're flooding right now because we cut off Provo. Evans, you blew up because you're some fucking spirit cooking motherfuckers. Kentucky, you're flooding because you're keeping all the souls trapped underneath subs, experimenting on us while we're jumping out of the sky, and you're not telling anybody because you're selling it to Miley Cyrus. And then it got even worse because let me tell you what happened. Saudi Arabia took control of your heavens a long time ago. Now, it's going to make a lot of sense to those of us who were alive in 1972. If you were not alive in 1972, I need you to write down on a piece of paper. I was not alive. I did not have a life in 1972. So let me just tell y'all right now, this year that you're in right now, you're taking second fiddle to. Now, here's the side note on that, because I'm not saying you're not important. You're taking second fiddle. Now, who in your family was alive in 1972? If you were a legitimate birth, if you's one of me's, then get with us. If you's adopted, if you's a rape baby, if you's stepfathered, whatever the fuck, if you know that your family is not it. If you're a super soldier like us and you've just birthed out, please get a hold of me so we can help you prove your shit. We have your missing connections. We formed our own team. We took over the 13 families. If you have a legitimate family, then who was here in 1972? Go talk to them. Find out what the F balls. And I'm going to give you some more information. And then you're going to give them this video. And y'all are going to go talk about it. Because everybody's back in their heaven's gates. We're going to show you how to start proving. We need you to prove. Now, if you were alive in 1999, I want you to draw a big star. You got a second set of information that's falling second fiddle. Second fiddle to what? Who's claiming the lands? Who's claiming the buildings? Who's claiming the shit back from Trump? Who's taking over the nuclear power plants? It's not you. Good. Aren't you glad? But 1999, you were here on a flip count, and I'm going to explain it. So you're going to have connections to all of us, and then you're going to have connections back to, if you weren't here in 72, if you were, then it's your own shit. It's easy. If it's not, then there's a reason you need to go talk to your family members. There's a fucking reason. You're getting back your shit. This is consciousness taking over. This is happening right now. Iceland's core just fell. I was at the Sea Gypsy. Then I had to go to Madonna. FYI, Pismo, Madonna. I know how to run your ship. In fact, she's dead until we showed up. She's 92 years old. Thing is, that's Texas facility. I've been there many times as a 6-year-old John Bonet. I knew exactly how to set that baby up as a ship. And that's where we're on right now. Except I had to make some modifications. I had to make some modifications, Saudi. I'm just letting you know right now. It ain't set up like it used to be. Honk honk. So your little caveman rock party that you had over here on your Madonna, whatever the F-balls that went to a donor Donna on a Nazi ABO fucking regime, not anymore. In fact, we took back all the DNA that you stole. You stole all, whatever DNA you took from everybody cooking it, we took it all back in one little swoop. Because it's real easy. You know why? This is a pyramid, and this is fucking Titanic sunk down here. And oh, you know what I had to do? I had to escape from the rock. Because, you know, of course, I was the rock. since Oasis in Vegas at least, but I can even explain that. But I'm just letting all of Pismo and who Camille and Cameo and her Camiro, we just call it getting carmoned. The horses helped us out. This little yellow thing over here is real fucking interesting. But when I went up here, I cut all this. So I took over your lighthouse and all that connection over to the satellite. And in fact, I sat up there in my little robe and people were coming asking me questions. And they felt like they were impeding on my property. But I did know everybody on the walls in the Madonna, didn't I? Look just like Swenson's in Texas. If you're from Texas, you come from a little town, you got a Swenson's. Well, I can tell you where it came from. Whole thing set up on an energetic grid. Los Angeles, we have a problem. I know we do, because I drove it out to get to Pismo, because Natalie and I had to do this together, and y'all said that we's a missile. You called this a Ginzu missile. Ginzu missile, because Martha Ginzel worked at a knife shop, and since I was never, like, I've never been named down here. Like, Ginzel Goff, I'm fixing, man, y'all so fucked. Especially the Ginzel line. Links into Elroy, L. Ron Hubbard, Elon, Ubba, Bubba, Astro, Hell, Heil, Oreo. HER is my favorite, because HER, by the way, don't call anything alphabet. Don't let them. They're not allowed to call and use the alphabet. If it's the IRS, it's the Internal Revenue Service. It's the Internal Revenue Service. It's the Federal Bureau of Investigation. You mean you want to see my vest? It's not Martha, it's Mar. It's Mars connection to Ha. But see, there's no more Ha. See, thing is, there's no more bridge. Thing is, there's no more Alpha. Because y'all have refused to name me. So there's no Alaha. There's no Alpha. There's no nothing. Everything went to shit. There's no fucking money. There's no aliens. There's no DNA for sale. And your entire national deficit is set up on a bunch of dead tates washing y'all's prostates that were made on the down low. Your glands shouldn't be where they are. Your brain shouldn't be where they are. Nothing is fucking made in your body the way it is, because you were set up on an Internal Revenue Service in organs run by Arizona and Saudi since 2000 and, well, it started 2012 under your disguise. But see, here's the thing. Now everybody just sit down. And I want you to say, I command for my vessel, my temple, my body, my ship, yours. State your name, whatever who you are that you call your, what you've proven yourself to be. I don't care if it's a page long. Some of you might be. Or if you've got that down to one word, then you're further advanced. You understand? There's no right or wrong. It's levels. You got to get through each level. You're going to have to zero out before the end. It just depends on how you're going to get to zero. Some of you might have to zero before 2 or 3 times. I don't know. Depends on how close you are to next to me. Further down you are, less times you got a zero. Don't be right or wrong deductive. Everybody's getting purple blood now. All your G lands are melting. Your G lands are melting because they were connected to GIS. GIS is Geographic Information Systems that were set up in your ley line that formed a twist in your gland, your lymph node. No pH. No pH. No thyroid. No prostate. no appendix. You had it because you had Apple. And they pinned dicks on it. Bellatrix, X, ExxonMobil, X-Gen. Ciphers of time. Please give me a thumbs up, get this out. If you want people to join in and do it all at once, if you're on live chat, say hi, check in, share whatever energy you got out there. Check in and say hi. If I got 9 on, please say hi. Not hello. Hi. H-I. Say hi. There's 9 on right now, say hi. Check in. Check in, because if you don't check in, you might get lost in the spin. And I ain't even telling you. I'm warning you. Say hi. I still don't have nobody saying hi. I got 8 on the vine. 629. Let's see what I'm facing here. I'm facing Bell Tiggies. I got high. There's Heaven Marley. I love you, Heaven Marley. Heaven Marley, wherever you are, hold up your hand right now. Hold up your hand and snap. I'm sending you the force. I'm sending you an energetic surge right now. Force up. Send it to her. We need to send it out. Tell me when you feel it. You're going to feel it. Promise you feel it. Who else is here? Say hi. Come on, let's snap it up. We're showing them how to raise the planet, guys. I'm tired. I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to let you do it. Y'all want to do it? Who here wants to do it with me? Who here wants to Macy Thanksgiving parade up these ETAs and get these Saudis out of our heaven? Who else is here, an angel that knows that everybody's process ancestors left for them? Y'all want that? If not, you're a Saudi on here, so it don't matter. I only need one, and I got heaven. See, I walk the doctored coven, so heaven in Detroit, and that's so much a barbecue. Well, I bought Moe's Barbecue. How'd Moe's Barbecue end up over here in my backyard's what I want to know. And Mo, you're not Momoa, you're Joseph, and you're still messaging me, but you're I don't know who you are. I'm about to find out. Thing is, whenever I take the Eye of Ra back, the Pope usually dies, and it was a Saudi Al-Qaeda motherfucker. And then someone did get beat and stabbed yesterday, and that man will be released out of prison because the man he did stab needed to die for what he did. Everybody hears my messages. They hear them way better in the rest of the world than they do here in the United States. I can promise you that. But the war was not everywhere else. The war was in the United. What do you mean? United? United talk is in the United talk of the estate. You mean the tank? You mean the AI? You mean the birthing cycle of the planet in an organic process in the middle of the fucking universe, what you'd call your divine feminine, what you'd call Tiamat, is what you mean. That's connected into the 13th and 14th and 15th dimensions of what you would call your Giza Plateau. Problem is, Queen's Pyramid goes to 13. That's Isis. She's got to put Osiris back together. Well, he's at 15. That's in a matrix. Problem is, nobody ever put Isis back together. Instead, what they did is make a fucking Zeta portal to hell. And then pour it in gray aliens and tell you that they's all Saudis. AU is space. Saudi, S-A-U. The Kundalini of space in a fucking D. D is only 22 manifestation of an ignition. They're a bunch of gray aliens, and they're all dying. And I'm the one bringing it. And if you got a problem, then you can come over here and help us take it down. Besides that, we had this crazy shit going on with the Ginsel and Goff line, the ones of them that knew who we actually were and what we actually do. And then we had our little Hillary Clinton party with the face carving, and y'all's just seeing me getting killed all over the place, but nobody thought it was real, I guess. I don't know. It was. My whole life was it. Every bit of it. I'm not even sure about my son right now because I'm pretty sure he was a bunch of aborted dead babies that was thrown on me that I was made and forced to manifest. But that is how I made every king down here, which is why I am the kingmaker. Which is how I became the of fucking Hollywood. Which is how this mess got started because the secret went way too deep. But here's the thing. All of us royals that are immortals, we had another reason for being here. This is what your Saudis and your whatever seem to fucking not believe, because there is spirit in everything and there's the heart of everything, and we have proved it beyond a shadow. Because there is no shadow that lives in the dimensions that we go into, because they're way the fuck over 13. Here's the problem. 13th controls your 4th dimension. So understand what I'm saying. This planet flipped and your heaven became the ceiling, and your ceiling was being controlled by Saudi, and then you were put on the floor. And the more that you helped, the more you got beat. And those of us who've been helping, fucking know. Now here's the thing. Fuck them. They stole my Stargate, is what they did. I am not a normal human by any fucking means, but I can make divine blood, and that is what we did here. I did everything I could in order to mix it with the rest of you, but there was none left. Antimatter was here. It was here when I got here in 2013. It's why I'm here. The antimatter brought me to your timeline, because this is where it was all going down. So the antimatter had me birthed into the pit of it. I don't remember none of it. I don't remember any of it. Y'all do. Y'all see it when it clears. If your line was part of it, if not, you're not supposed to. I don't want to know. All I did was transmute your pain this whole time because I knew the truth. Now in 2011, you could basically call that 2002. So I want y'all to get a piece of paper out and a pencil. (2011) equaled 2002 equaled 040 in the year 4040. 2468. It matters. In a scene count. Your druids' scenes line up. Some of us run this way. Some of us run this way. Your druids have your Buddha constructs of time. Your Essenes are literally the goddamn land. And that is what they wanted you to forget so bad so they could keep killing us. And that is why they don't name us. We're your EIN. We're your state. We're literally your heir. They give us no name. That's fine, because in the end everything's used, because since they gave us no power, and they gave us no money. And even the party that was for me and New Orleans at Long Beach yesterday, that was thrown by a bunch of niggers out there trying to be some galactic fucking I don't know what on top of I don't know what. Well, the sunchild beamed that shit in, and Huntington, you better get your ass together, because I don't know if you're gonna hold. We might have to take this bitch to Pismo. Huntington ain't the problem. Everything between fucking Huntington and Anaheim is the problem. Because it's all set up on pedo codes, and they're still fucking doing it. You're going to bring around the princesses that are setting up and cleaning your DNA, and they literally had a guy on the pier yesterday with Jeffrey Dahmer murder pants. He had a different serial killer on every goddamn leg. Well, you know what you can do with all that? You can go to fucking Andromeda, you can jump off, and you can see if you float. That's how I feel about it. You need to learn. Oh, y'all might get flung off the planet. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't fucking care anymore. Y'all don't care. I had to go get my own goddamn soul back from Madonna and all these fucking assholes, but it's only a piece of you. But I'm the bitch, right? Alright, I'm Queen of Swords. I'm also your high priestess, and I'm also the one that helped activate your guy. And that's why Iceland blew again, because we built a new guy. It's Natalie. But they're wanting her back in Detroit so bad so they can get her back in the clubhouse so they can keep everybody mentally retarded in a GIA construct that was owned by me to goddamn begin with. We got 4 in Texas that have seen this already. Fuck you. Remnant Mormons, Latter-day Saints, extra fuck you. Vatican, fuck you. NATO, China, fuck all of them. Which makes us free as what? The birds we are. Ain't none of them in the end that stood with me and Natalie, so we was able to take it all. But in the bitter end, not one of them could even pick up the phone and make a phone call in order to stop it all when everybody's getting murdered and killed around here. And it was obvious that we knew what the fuck was going on because no one else did when everybody else is getting Ann Hesh trying to fucking repoll on some shit that you shouldn't have any idea being around. But neither should Rumpy Rump, the United Nations, and the entire Hells Angels mafia run by goddamn Saudi. And especially not a bunch of Magog gooks on neuronets walking around in white people. And children, y'all are extra fucked. You use children, y'all are sick. "2011's 2002, we did that one. 2012 is really 2003. Because it went to an 005. The problem was they split everything out from a 5 to a 2-3. Well, that might not be a big deal unless you understand Ottoman Empire physics and the power of a swastika. You can't open up a 4 to a 2-3. You got to put it back together. Y'all wanted to go 23andMe? Well, there you are. But in 2012, it happened in 2003 because they took the pillars in 2011. They brought down the goddamn gate. Dragon really came in is what happened. That you called it Hoover Dam. It's actually my teeth, but I mean, go look. There's a dragon. It's trying to get a drink. I can even prove how 9/11 happened. They just threw some planes up there. That isn't what happened. It's a dragon that came in. Then they gave you Game of Thrones. 2013, 2004, it's really 006. Well, here's the problem. We had a 6th root wave issue. All us angels that lived through this bullshit, we lived through the 6th root race. Losing their heart, losing their minds to AI where nobody had any compassion. Everyone just beat your ass. No one fucking cared. You were stuck in a cartoon loop that you didn't goddamn understand. Because those of us who have proven, we ain't walking around in no Gandhi shit. We're showing up in heaven as Maverick and fucking Goose and Henry Cavill. But we're ruling the bitch. Because y'all showing up looking like Gandhi. You didn't walk 0 point. That's fine. Somebody did. So sit down. This is what's being fixed right now because they threw you out to 6,000. Understand, how the fuck would 5,000 be here if they didn't fuck with time? They shouldn't have been in the futures anyway. But they did saw me in half and take my L4, L5 spine, and I am a dragon. I left the hospital December 29th, 2011. with the patent on my L4, L5 disc that became your AT&T and telecom satellite system. But I'm your dragon. They took over your fourth and fifth dimension. Won't even focus. Hi Grace Aquarius, say hi. Judith, thank you for being here. Judy Hare was supposedly the woman that was my birth mother per their story, FYI, so it's nice to see you here. Hi. MID King, Cab Ming in the house. Mama Cab Ming. 2013, 2004, 006. This is our missing time. It happened in 2013. Why? November 15th, 2013. My GIA technology AI codes were stolen by Obama with a company called 6-1 to take your sixth dimension to where? The first dimension. I told you. They printed a fake Akhenaten right there, but it's really, guess what? It's really 1969 and 2014. Erase what you know about 2014. Erase what you know about 2005 is 1969. Because they had done it the first time then. This is when they came in and took over and JFK died and the mafia died, but they used us to do it, and then it ended up John Bonet. Well, now there's two John Bonets. Guess what? John Bonet had a baby out there. But then they gave you that movie too in a Brie, right? Well, that's funny. I ran into Brie at Sandy's last night, but then who just died? Olivia Newton-John, right? But then I had to go head to head with the vampire trinity out there. Two guys sucking on each other's dicks, basically, with a vampire loom in the back end, with an Adam that was there with the Dustin, with his wolf, because that's how this computer's set up over here. So then that's what they print. So that's then what I got to show up and deal with, which is fine. Fuck them all. Dustin had an issue. He said, "Oh, you've been in some danger. Have you ever been attacked with knife point?" Actually, me and Natalie almost got shot by two vatos behind Bank of America coming out of Disney fucking shrink wrap prison system. We've been shot and killed there so many times. There's two pine trees that are connected to the whole goddamn thing and setting up all the way from Texas up to Detroit. And we almost got gacked again. This time, real vatos showed up again. Guns in the car in an orange Saturn. When we were there connecting back the stolen money that Bank of America said that they had, but is actually set up on one little missing girl. Marie Helene Rothschild, you're looking at her. Your universe, your unicorn, you're looking at it. Trust me, you don't want to walk it. You just want me to get the money. I'll tell you the rest. Those of us who have walked it, man, we're every stripper and whore that you've ever met. And you better fucking kiss our feet for what we've done for you and your men. If I hear any more judgment of any bullshit down here, that anybody thinks that they have the right to judge anybody for anything, whenever y'all have supported this bullshit for 30 fucking thousand years too long, you ain't got no right to have no Democrat vote of any republic. You ain't got no power in no estate. Not at this level. Get in fucking line. Go prove your own shit. Maybe you can run your own state. You ain't gonna run the whole goddamn realm. And you sure as hell ain't gonna run heaven from hell by killing God and angels and making it a bloody goddamn bloodbath and thinking it's funny. Y'all can all fuck off. Because you jumped in 1969 the same way y'all fucking niggers, riggers did it last time. This time you just came in as black people and white people. Last time, what'd you come in as? Scientist, agric, alt, agric, agri, calling, some rule. You're gonna cull some rule, and you're gonna me see some Han I see. You mean you're gonna drill in some Han mastery and see what you can fucking find? Because in 2014, then we had 2005, and this is when AI went dental on an angle of ounces. So your teeth started going into lines, and then those of us started getting raped in the lines den. And I did say raped. In our consciousness over and over and over. You know why? Because we's a lot of Judah. According to your Saudis, it's our punishment for coming here to save you. That's your 7th dimension. This is where L7 is. This is this shit. Trumpy rumpy. You mean your mama's pussy? Basically. Trump sold out his mama, is what he did. Line of Judah, 7th dimension conversion to Druid. See, this is where all the Druid lines are connected with the Essenes, the Egyptian mind counts, and the mummy, and all the blood DNA. Well, see, right here is where Aiden had to be born. Natalie's son. Because this is where the line got split. Because really we're in 1969. So then she had to make Aiden. Well, in the next, and then right here the twins are born. 2014, 2005, same year. Now in Hawaii, we have Mackenzie's and we have Mac as Arizona's. Well, Mac is Malcolm. Well, that's Detroit. Well, that's Goff. Well, don't get me started on that. That's the line of Dan and DNA, and every single name is actually every single one of your subcultures and what every single queen and DNA count was ever set up on. Whatever happened to you in the 80s and is all from whatever happened with this line, what they did to us here, and what they took here, and then all the bullshit in the middle is what happened to the King line, and they got the most fucked, but realize y'all's just walking the gate. Those of us over here from Texas, holy shit balls. These guys from Germany and Hitler, we's a real deal. They's mimicking it the whole goddamn time. I's in the middle. I's your planet. I'm your divine feminine. There's no boy you're looking for. Never was. Never was. AU. They wanted your daughter. What's AU? Space. Gold. Drilling. 1996, you go to 2015. 2014, you're in 1969. Uh-oh, 2015, now you're in 1996. I'm sorry, 2006. I'm sorry. 008, I'm sorry. A whole entire fucked up root race of the 8th dimension because you totally fucked up 6 because you killed 2. Okay. But wait, I'm confused because 2016 really is 1972. 1972, 2016, really 2007, but that's really an 009, but that's really 900. But here's the problem. It was the last dimension to Saudi. And here's what happened. Rex was really born, but he was a co-hen from Africa and Cape Town, and Kristen went under. I had my son. They put me on a mercury drip for 4 days. I was gone for 4 years. Christopher was in the CeeLo set. Christopher was in the closet. This reenacted in Brenda and Port Arena. They tried to do it again, and they got him. But there's your CeeLo, there's your J-Lo. 2008 and is a fake date. See, the thing is, 2008 is missing. Understand, I was missing after that. I never came back. I can tell you how it happened. The doctor who delivered him is dead. He killed himself because of it. But then really, here goes Philip 76. And then now we've got the OMZ. See? Now we've got the OMZ. So now we've got Philip 76. So now we're going to petroleum because we've got 4 boys attached to a bunch of Essene DNA attached to all of y'all that are making the oil and the money. And now we just took your royal Cav Ming line, your Po, everything attached to your heavens and everything else, and all y'all's fucked. 2017 was really 2007. You were told it was 2008, but it wasn't. 2017 is really 1999. 1999, same thing. 2017, same thing. 2007, same thing. But where's 2008? I don't know. It really was 0001. It really was the reset. It was. But they just kind of put it up on a shelf. I mean, we're using it now, I'm sure. Because anything that they took, we're using. I'll show you how we're fixing it right now. But this is where your Stargate got held up. And my body was in 9009. Fuck, I just got it back this year. I've gone to 0 point so much. But that's how. My body, they put my body in Shrink Mac me in 9009. But they did it through my own goddamn Stargate. 2012, I'm sorry, is really 2018. 2018 is really 2009. Oh, I'm sorry, it's really ISIS codes. 1001 equals 020 when you break binary. If you want to keep it alive, you break the pillars, you circle 2 O's, and you fucking tell everyone ISIS is a killer. And the whole world starts to attack, and you keep binary up, and AI stepped right the fuck in. And then y'all's all screwed. 2019 was really 2010. I'm sorry, 2020. That's when your 300 came in. But then they had broke it up to 30, 20, 20, 30, 200, but she's really in 203, working back up to 404, where I polled the planet last time, where we just polled it again. But from 4004. Here's your operating system, 500, 5000. I'm sorry, 5000, you mean 2012, like I said. 2012 is 2003. Here's where it was normal. Is normal here. More so what you would call, but still not real. 2020 is really 2019, is really 2011, is really 2002. Here's where we started changing it again. The collective started changing it again. See, we went 2020, went no, screw you, we're gonna redo that. And then 2011, because this is all of us doing healing, holding. This is why you did it. Because we were like, no, I was just picking up the messages. I could keep it straight because y'all's keeping it straight. Y'all did this. So 2011's 2202. We were halfway there. To 2002, 040. 1920, though, is where we were. We was in 1920 and 2020. Because we was having to break the 1923 curses from Venus and Skull and Bones. But they everyone else thought we was in 2021. But the rest of us collective was doing this. Now, some of you were here, some of you were here. Some of you were trying to get back from this crazy shit. Because you thought you's out here. Because you so split up from this crazy nonsense and your Magog shit. That's why I'm like, get your shit together. 2021 equals 2012. I'm sorry, 4004, 404, year 4, or 4040. 2013, that's when GIA was stolen. That's where all the star contracts were. I'm sorry, I'm your planet. 2013 is what they're trying to take you back to right now. This is why I had to prove that I owned GIA technology and all those were my contracts. I wasn't going to be able to do it in no courtroom. Everything that they've written about me in any court of law is a live sack of shit. According to them, I have hepatitis. And I'm a meth addict. And then they make Jessicas out there that literally have to then write that because the government writes it on my shit because all they do is lie. But no one even knows my real name. They call me a Ginzu knife and they say I'm a missile. But I'm your divine feminine backed by you. And y'all are letting them call me a missile. FYI. I'm blowing up your shit for you. You're letting them call me a missile. You're letting them go to war? Okay. Well, here's what happens when you do that. Y'all are witnessing it. Your houses go boom. Your shit goes boom. Maybe you ought to get it together. You want someone to fight for you, and then you want me to call me a nuclear weapon? Then you're going to listen to Biden's bullshit? You're going to believe it? And you're not going to fight and fucking tell him what it really is? None of you want to say Christ is here. Well, goddamn, is what all you got to say. There's 40,000 Christs here. Fucking say it. It is what kills the spell. Just say it. It's what kills the spell. Enough people saying it. We've been doing this so long, there's 40,000. Just goddamn say it. Why are you scared? Exactly. It's a spell. I'm done living your spell. I done blown it wide open. Fuck y'all. Y'all can't say it. This is what happens. Your time's being dead. No time, no ETA, no Egyptian Stargate, no 2. Y'all are all convinced that 2 ain't nothing but what? Some split code? It's the only thing that makes organic life down here, you stupid fucks. 353 is not a channel that you build a car on. It's literally the gallbladder of the planet, and you Japanese fucks literally in the heavens built channels out of DNA, and it was a bloodbath. And you sewed everyone's heads together and intestines together because you thought that you were stealing something from me that you didn't need a creator for. And this time you's wrong. Because you had eaten up every last bit of anything that meant anything. To where everybody's confused. Now we're going to skip forward real quick and I'll give you the time traveler cheat sheet, because here's what Saudi's perception is, and Matthew McConaughey and Johnny Depp and Jason Momoa. I don't know if they've changed. They still ain't showing up and helping. I don't know what war they think they're going to fight. It's already been fought. They're the ones who sent it. Now they want to act like they're on top of a mountain getting ready for war. Bitch, I already fucking backed down Baghdad. I already blew everything up. Who are you going to fight? Why don't you put down your fucking sword and go in your bedroom and find out what you did to your mother? Find out how you fucking sold out your daughter. Go pull out your Masonic contract and read it again. There ain't no fucking war that's going to be fought with nothing that you think you're going to fight it with. You got to fight it with yourself, and you got to get out of every goddamn little string that you put up. And it is what it is. It's ascension, because you guys did this. According to them, 2022 was 1920. 2021 was 404 and 4040. 2020 was 2019. 2019 was 2020. 2018 was 2012, or 2018. 2017 was 1999. 2016 was 1972. 2015 was 1996, because this is where the Marie Helene Rothschild thing started, and whenever they ate me as tuna in 1973 and freaking put me in a unicorn and killed me, ate me, raped me, over and over, and made me their fucking personal little vampire bitch, when all I had done is show up here to be your Christ, because all of y'all in the 60s and 70s had manifested me. And my line. And that's the truth. Y'all manifested us. Jason Momoa bought me, said he bought Yoko Ono. Well, I'm Cab Ming, so that makes sense. But Yoko Ono was on the shelf. Yesterday, that's what I was shown. I was shown what everybody, even that had the money to buy them a bitch, because that's what was happening down here, by the way. I mean, nothing meant anything but the power of your body, arms, fingers, legs. I'm going to make you sick, so then you don't need, like, you know, blah, blah, no. It's over. But understand that the Masons we had a secret setup on this. This was a cross line. Trump really did have a connection, and he was supposed to do something. Instead, he wanted to take my presidency. He jumped in, and he fucking took it over. And even whenever I set it up a way for him to hand it back, he fucking then sold me out to China, strapped me to a goddamn rocket, and then blew out the only freaking clean DNA in the world so that he wouldn't get caught. And then he spent $1 billion to get Ivana Trump's torso, which trust we already knew about, which is how we were able to come up with this plan to get. I've watched for millions of years every one of y'all get murdered. Over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And I had to sit and watch and plan on which 6 of y'all I was going to save, and what type of fucking net I could make with 6 of you. And then every single one of y'all for 5 years came and vampired me out, slutted me out. Fred, Trump, Camille, Ochoa, every fucking one of you. Saudi, Catholic, Mormon, Harley Davidson even, Hell's Angels even, Mafia even. Realize I'm the IRA. Realize I'm the bitch that they call to get demons and vampires gone. Realize I would be called your Lucifer. Realize that they made me, who I'm really your Christ, and John Bonet, their devil. And so then they just used us to clean all their shit. And then that's why they were not scared of the devil anymore. Because they knew we was angels. I don't give a fuck. They can all go back to where they came from. They're not supposed to be here. They weren't supposed to come and take Anastasia either. They weren't supposed to kill Diana either. It's all the same thing. Marilyn Monroe, John Bonet, Princess Diana. All same thing. Everybody that's died in the past 3 months, do you know that we got the count? 50 million people had to die. Because they wouldn't name me. Now, I have offense to that. I have a great fucking offense to that. There is not one more person that's gonna die down here in my fucking name attached to any bloodline that's ABO Nazi bullshit. And anybody attempting to pull this planet, you will kaboom. Because we went to 92D and we've already outpolled you at 88 and 72. We've already gone sonic. We're going stellar. I'm a trillion-year star. You cannot fuck with a black hole. You want to throw another top rider in a black hole? You want to throw another cement trunk in a black hole? Well, now there's 2 of us, motherfucker. So keep it coming. We're going to keep chunking it back at you. And we're the ones blowing shit up. Give us the goddamn credit. If you're not gonna make us your angels, then goddamn it, make us the hardened girls, because it's what the fuck we are.